Yo guys, welcome back to another banging video. Hope you're all keeping well. As you can see from the title of this video, in today's video, I'm basically going to break down exactly how I caught the CPI move on US30 on Thursday. And yeah, I'm going to break it down for you guys. Before I do so, if you guys can check me out on Instagram. That's Shakil_ss.fx. And drop a follow there as well. Okay, so let me just get to the trade. It is this current trade here, which I've posted. So I managed to screenshot 19,000 Rand, almost 20 grand. But okay, before I get to that, okay, so as you can see, my balance was 5,600, and yeah, this was the profit that I made. Managed to close out. So from a 5K deposit, managed to close out 24,900, which is basically 25 grand. And it was done in literally under a minute. You can say under 30 seconds even. But yeah, there's your withdrawal to show you that it's real and not on a demo account. So yeah, before I get into the breakdown, for those wondering how I caught this trade, because most brokers go off quotes during the whole, new CPI, NFP, and so forth. I basically use Infonox. They are my recommended and trusted brokers. You guys can check them out in the link below. And you can sign up there. I will drop the link in the description box below. So, okay, let's head down to it. Right, so for those of you who haven't watched my last two YouTube videos, US30s, this is the channel that we've been following on US30. We've also had a clean breakout above this trend line. So we've had a breakout above the upper trend line. So we've broken out of the descending channel. Your BOS would be up here. So that would be a confirmed break of structure in that area here. Okay, so that was our BOS. We know that price is bullish. That's major BOS. So price was obviously bullish because we had the breakout above. We have the breakout above. So yeah, we had that breakout above, and we also have the retest down here. So we retested the backside of that trend line. So this was the retest area, right? We know that we were looking for long positions. We also caught a long off this area for NFP, the last NFP. You can watch that video as well. It was my previous one. We also had a lovely order block sitting in that area. So we had a breakout plus a retest of the trend line and an order block sitting in that region. So we were strong confidence for bullish, which is how we caught the NFP trade. However, for CPI, I just want to go back. So that was Thursday's trading. It was here. Let's do that. Yes. Right. So for CPI, this is what I was looking at. On the daily chart, we always start on the daily chart. On the daily chart, we had the trend line here. So this was my trend line. We had the first touch there, second touch there, you extend it. So we were pretty much almost at the third touch of that trend line. But something to look at closer was the way in which price moved in this area. So we had a correction where price sort of played. It was a consolidation as well. So we had this correction, then we went into this consolidation area here. So price ranged between the resistance and the support down here, and then we had the breakout above the resistance. So we had this candle close above the resistance. Price came back down, retested the resistance turned support. So I'm going to write this down here for you guys. Resistance turned support in that area. So we know that the overall move is to the upside, but we were also approaching a trend line on the third touch of that trend line. So we were expecting some sort of reaction at that area for CPI, which was on Thursday. So we also can mark this area off here as this can be our resistance. So that's our resistance area up here on the daily time frame. So we're approaching the resistance and we've got a trend line in that area. So that's a good confluence for a sell setup, a possible sell retracement. Remember, if we were to sell, it was only going to be a retracement move. All right. So another thing to note would be if you look at this candle on Wednesday, this candle traded bullish, but it also left us with imbalance. This is something I teach in depth in my course, and you're welcome to click the link below to sign up for that as well to learn more about it. But I'm not going to go too in depth here. So this was imbalanced. Enough confluence for me already. So I've got the imbalanced area, I've got the resistance, I've got the trend line dynamic resistance up here. So I was already, I'm looking for a short position for price to fill out this imbalance all the way down to maybe 33,724. So let's mark that out. 33,724. In that area there. 724 or 730, somewhere in that area. There we go. All right, so I'm looking for price to retrace to somewhere there. Now we drop down into our lower time frames. Okay, and we can see that on the 1 hour, let's go to the 1 hour time frame. All right, so Wednesday's trading bullish overall for the entire day. We also had a sort of trend line that was respected. So we have that trend line that's been respected and also building on liquidity, right? We drop down to our 15 minutes. Cool. I'm just going to play some candles here so that you guys can, so that we can show you exactly how I caught this move. Okay, so this was the build up throughout the morning. As you can see, Asian session build up and okay, a little bit of a consolidation during Asian session. And let's see what happens here. Okay, London Open. Okay, now I want you guys to draw your attention to this now. This current move here. Can you see how price sort of induces buyers in the market? This is pre-CPI. This is London session, but pre-CPI. CPI was at 230, that's GMT, 330, which was GMT +2. But pre-CPI, we've got this build on sell side. All right. So you've got these equal lows that sit here. and you've got this sort of trend. All right, so we've got this build on liquidity. We've engineered some liquidity here, and pre-CPI price rallied 34,000. Can you see that? All right, let's play a couple candles more for you. Okay, 3 o'clock, and I'm going to slow this down a bit. And we're going to drop to the 5-minute time frame. Before we do that, okay, so remember this was the back onto the one onto the daily chart. Just want to show you quickly. Remember this was the, so we were already in the, we were about to touch, so 34,100 was the resistant area. Let's go back to down to the 15. 34,100 was the resistant area. Pre-CPI, we approached 34,100. So we were expecting a sell. Let's go to the 5 minutes. Bang. So there we are, guys. We tapped into the resistance. This is where I took my short position, somewhere here. And we collected all the sell side down here. All this liquidity which was resting here, that was my target. So if you go back to my trade, you'll see that. So let's play one more candle before we do that. Bang. All right, so we went all the way down and closed out this imbalance. That was the first target. This was my actual position from up there. Could have had 1,000 pip stop loss with a 3,600 pip take profit for TP2. Target 1 was here. Let's just put that there. So target 1 and target 2 was here. And if you look at my trade, as you can see, 34,126 was my entry. 34,126, which was actually up here. 1, 2, okay. And where I closed out, or where I managed, I actually saw 32 grand on this trade, but I closed out 25 grand. So it was 33,829. 33,829 was, okay, so somewhere there. That's where I closed out this trade. So it was a pretty decent trade, guys. Money was made in literally seconds. And yeah, that's basically the secret to trading CPI. If you can spot the liquidity and the drawn liquidity and where price is more likely to reach out to, then you've pretty much got it. So yeah, I hope you guys have learned something valuable from this video. And if you would like to learn more, I've got an online course, currently $490, which you can sign up to in the description box below. But yeah, take it easy, guys. We'll meet on the next one. Cheers.